Señor, ¿cómo se llama?
And this Dominican illegal alien charged with assault with a deadly weapon and heroin trafficking. Officers also arrested this Guatemalan MS-13 gang member facing gun charges. ICE says he was released from local custody just the day before. Their detainer request was ignored because of sanctuary policies. This man, who was in the same apartment as the target, was also arrested after ICE determined he's also in the U.S. illegally. This is what ICE calls collateral.
So you guys. This video is brought to you by PDS Debt, brought to you by PDS Debt. Ladies and gentlemen, it's so easy to get into debt. The hardest thing is to get out of debt and get out of debt in an efficient way. That's why I'm telling you guys about PDS Debt. So whether or not you have debt from a credit card, medical bill debt, or anything of that nature, PDS Debt can help you. Everyone with $10,000 or more in eligible debt qualifies, and there is no credit score required. Bad or fair credit is accepted. And the biggest benefit of this is that you can pay off your current debt in a fraction of the time. How does PDS Debt work? This is how it works. PDS Debt will customize a payment plan for you, whether it's credit card debt, personal loan debt, collections, or medical bills. PDS Debt strives to understand your specific scenario and can help provide alternative solutions to becoming debt-free. Make this the year that you take control of your debt. Get a free debt analysis right now at pdsdebt.com/Tatum. It only takes 30 seconds. That's pdsdebt.com/Tatum, pdsdebt.com/Tatum. We got people that are literally losing their minds over this perception of mass deportation, and he's losing his mind. You got influencers online, leftists, saying, what happened when your daughter's friend leave school and her parents can't pick her up because they got deported? The same thing that happens when your daddy get a DUI on the way to pick you up from school is the same thing gonna happen to somebody getting deported. You don't get no special treatment because you're an illegal alien. If I go and commit a crime before I go pick my son up from school, I'm finna go to jail. They're not finna say, oh no, we'll take you to jail after you pick your kids up. No, my kid finna go to CPS and the next of kin gonna get notified. You know, just because you're illegal don't mean that somehow they supposed to let you get your kids out of school. No, you went to jail because you committing crimes. Now, people in their feelings, but this is the highlight. Yeah, this is it. Nick, play this fool. This is what they saying, y'all, just so y'all know. This is what they saying, wrote a clip.
I have a quick question for anyone who voted for Donald Trump. What are you going to tell your child when they come home from school crying because their best friend was just taken out of their classroom by an immigration agent? Have you thought that far ahead? Because you should probably start thinking.
I'm gonna say her daddy came to this country illegally. It's against the law. So they had to take her to somebody who can keep her because they finna go back to Mexico. Or if your kid's small enough, say, oh, she's going back home. That's what she doing. She going home. She going home to be with her family. Yeah, these leftists, these people are so silly to me, man. I wish we could separate our country. You know how it used to be the Union? You know, you had the Union soldiers and Confederacy. I wish we could have the left and the right. And then we could fight for land after we separated, then we can fight. And then we'll end up having the whole country. Y'all be in Washington State. In Oregon and Washington, that's all y'all. We'll take California for y'all cowards. A little winter soy eating mud. But let's play the clip of that madman. Said he ain't going back to Haiti. The devil is a liar. You look like you going right there. Roll the clip.
I'm not going back to Haiti.
One of those threats is this illegal alien from Haiti. ICE says he's a gang member with 17 criminal convictions in recent years.
So, you feel me? Yo, Biden forever, bro. Thank Obama for everything that he did for me, bro.
ICE Boston quickly takes down its next targets, including this illegal alien from Brazil who has an Interpol red notice for armed robbery. This Salvadoran illegal alien charged locally with and released by a sanctuary jurisdiction.
Señor, ¿cómo se llama?
And this Dominican illegal alien charged with assault with a deadly weapon and heroin trafficking. Officers also arrested this Guatemalan MS-13 gang member facing gun charges. ICE says he was released from local custody just the day before. Their detainer request was ignored because of sanctuary policies. And in a sign of shifting priorities with the new Trump administration, this man, who was in the same apartment as the target, was also arrested after ICE determined he's also in the U.S. illegally. This is what ICE calls collateral.
So you guys. They coming and knocking on your neighbors. All y'all going. They came for him and got him. They did a 2-for-1. Bro, they got a BOGO going on. Get one, get another one. That's what y'all get. This is what we supposed to be doing. This is what we supposed to be doing. They act like this is something new. They're Border Patrol and Customs or ICE. This is what they do. They get people who have deportation orders. What are we talking about? That's like being shocked that a police officer arrested somebody for trespassing. They're law enforcement officers. So what are they supposed to do? Come here, leftist idiot. They're supposed to enforce the law. Is that shocking to you? They're not supposed to babysit people at the border. They're not supposed to be changing diapers and trying to build impromptu facilities for people to stay in. They're supposed to come and enforce the law, and they getting 2-for-1. I hope they go get a whole apartment complex full of y'all. If you came over here illegally, you need to go back home, okay? Okay, papi, you need to go home. And I tell you this, I'm not mad because people work hard. The people at the hotel I was in couldn't even speak English. I was mad, but I had to give them a little props. I said, you got people that been in America since they were born here, and they won't even get a job. And you got this guy who can't speak no English working in a hotel. I stayed at the Viceroy, which they inflated them prices by 10 times. I stayed at the Viceroy. Homeboy came by the hotel with champagne in a cart. I'm like, who is it? He can't speak nothing. I'm like, oh, okay. I got to pay for this? Or this like a gift? Who did this come from? No English. I'm like, you got to be, bro. You can't say nothing. He couldn't say no English. You know how you get some people that got a little bit of English, it's broken English. They're like, oh, no, the office free. I'm like, all right, that's all I need to know. It's free in front of the office. All right, come on. Bring that champagne in here. Homeboy couldn't say no words. He ended up typing it on his phone and showing it to me. And I say, oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, it's a gift from the front office. It's for hospitality. Okay, thank you, senor. That man couldn't speak no English. And it's crazy to me because it's like either one or two things. Either he's illegal and he's working there, or he's illegal and he's willing to get paid dirt. And so he took the job of a regular American citizen, or Americans are so entitled that they wouldn't dare work an entry-level job. And so a man that can't even speak the language is willing to get up there and get embarrassed and work his butt off to make some money for his family. And some of y'all can't even get off the couch. I couldn't imagine being somewhere where I couldn't speak the language. If I went to Mexico and I had to speak Spanish, I don't know what I'd do. I'd be like, I don't know. I speak a little Spanish, but I can't speak enough. I know how to say necesito agua. That means I need water, okay? I don't know how to say food, but I can do this. What do you say? Comida, por favor, señor. Andale. I know how to say be in Spanish too. So if you get crazy and I had to cuss you out, I know how to say a cuss word. What else do I know how to say? I know how to do the numbers, right? 21, 22, 23. I know how to go down to numbers, right? That was in the 20s. So just in case you know, 21 is 21. So I know how to do some of that. I know how to say drop your weapon. I know how to say suelta las armas. Suelta las armas. Apague el motor. That means turn the engine off. I know how to say, I forget keys. Is that lápiz? Or no? Lápiz is shoes, right? Or pencil is lápiz. I forget keys. Apague el motor. That means turn the car off. Apague el motor. I think turn the car off. I forget how to say put the keys on the roof. So when I was on the SWAT team, they taught us all the commands in Spanish. We know how to arrest you. So when you start acting up, I know how to tell you, I forget them now. Votese. What's votese? Votese. What's votese, man? Somebody look it up. Votese. Votese in Spanish. Yeah, no, I can't even say votese right in Spanish. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I was just trying to find out what votese means because it was one of the words we learned. Somebody in the chat know what Spanish is? Votese. Apague el motor. Votese. Suelta las armas. Suelta las keys. Arrestado. I think it's votese mean turn around. Somebody giving us something? Oh yeah, that's what it was. Señor, votese, suelta las armas. We should learn how to knock on the door too and say, is anybody home? I forgot all that because I don't have to do it no more. But I got off topic.
You got your main target just now, but you got somebody else. What just happened?
So our main target was released by a sanctuary jurisdiction, not honoring a detainer. That person was released back into the community, and when we went to go find him, he's with somebody else who was previously removed from the United States. So he's going to go today too.
And that is exactly what Border Czar Tom Homan has warned would happen.
When we find the bad guy, he's probably with others that are in the United States illegally. They may not be a criminal priority, but we're not walking away from them.
ICE Boston says they will continue to go into sanctuary jurisdictions and do their job.
Today was a good day. Today we took several significant public safety threats out of our communities. Unfortunately, a lot were released by sanctuary policies, but we're here to tell the Commonwealth and the rest of the country that we're going to find them whether they're released or not.
And guys, shortly after we finished filming, ICE Boston told us they arrested 2 more targets in other parts of town away from our cameras. One of those targets is a previously deported Honduran illegal alien who was arrested for raping a woman while putting a gun in her mouth. The other target they got is a Haitian man who first flew into the United States in 2023 as part of President Biden's controversial migrant flights mass parole program. Well, they just picked him up yesterday because he's been arrested locally for sexual assault. We'll send it back to you.
Bill Malugin, it was fascinating to watch all of that. I think I was just saying to Bill, this is terrible for Joe Biden and the legacy that he tried to leave behind. A question from me, how soon will they actually be leaving the country? Does that take a long time?
It depends what country they're from. If they're from cooperable countries like El Salvador, Guatemala, countries like that, it can be quick. It can be within days or weeks. If it's countries that are harder to deport, countries that don't cooperate with the U.S. as much, it can go into a process of months. But the Trump administration is changing policies with something called expedited removal. The bottom line is people at home don't need to understand all the policies. The Trump administration is just going to work as fast as they can to get all the people you just saw on camera there out of the country as fast as possible. They're also going to use their State Department, now led by Marco Rubio, to put pressure on countries that don't cooperate with the U.S. as much when it comes to those deportations.
Bill, just two points of clarification here. It seems a lot of these crimes are associated with sex crimes. I'm just looking at the list a bit earlier today. I don't know if that generally is the case or not. And second, if Boston's a sanctuary city, how are they allowed to do this? Because we told there would be resistance.
Boston doesn't have to cooperate with ICE, but there's nothing they can do to stop ICE from coming into their city and enforcing the law. And that's exactly what happened yesterday. And that's the point ICE makes to us is, look, they don't have to cooperate with our detainer requests. They don't have to tell our officers when they're releasing somebody from jail. But we're going to do our job. We have our intel guys out in the field. We have people with eyes all over the place, and we're going to snatch those guys. So they can make ICE's job more difficult, longer, and more dangerous, but it's not going to stop ICE from doing the job, guys. The bottom line is ICE says it's safer for everybody involved if locals would just hand these guys over in jail once they're arrested, but they don't. They let them out onto the streets. They don't tell ICE about it, so ICE has to spend a lot of resources gathering intel, finding these guys, and then going out into the community to do arrests, which could be dangerous. You saw that combative Haitian man, and then you saw in the case of that one MS-13 member, his friend got snagged. They weren't even looking for him. They were looking for the MS-13 guy. They picked him up because a sanctuary jurisdiction released the MS-13 guy. ICE found him and then found the guy who was in the apartment with. They found out he was an illegal alien as well. So now he's going to be deported too.
Wow.
Amazing. Bill Malugin, thank you so much. More to come on that.
Thank you, Bill.
So thank God Donald Trump is doing exactly what he said he was going to do. The crazy thing is, why is this even a controversy? It's crazy to me. It's crazy this controversy.